Okay, hopefully, please tell me, why are you saying, is anyone here, Lynn? You can't see me? Can you see me? Hi, Deb. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Shari. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Debbie. Can you see me? Jeannie? What do you mean, here we go again? Can you see me? Can someone see me? Yes, would be good. Yes, thank you, Susan. Oh, thank you. Okay, Carrie Lynn, hello there. Um, all right, let's hope we're okay now. I don't know where I dropped off before. We were talking about Ireland and, not knowing what was going on. Somebody said neighbors hear them arguing. People can argue. We don't know what the extent was there for their problems or what his mental problems were. Arguing is not always a be all end all. In fact, if people can argue well, they're much better off than quiet people that keep everything inside. So that in and of itself, but there's other things. His attempt at suicide is a big one. Okay, why did he try to commit suicide? Was he getting mental help for that? What was going on? Financial stresses can cause a lot of problems. It's one of the biggest stresses on a relationship are financial issues. And then having, 3 children, 4 and under, her just having that baby with then him, taking an attempt on his life in September when that baby was only like 4 months old or so. Yeah, drugs or alcohol, yeah, absolutely. So, we don't know fully what was going on. You can't hear anything because the volume's down. Oh. We argue all the time. You argue all the time. That's why my parents are still together. They argue always and still do. Well, I know there's a big misconception on that because people used to say if you argued, that was no. They said it can be very healthy, much healthier than bottling everything up and then going postal. It's just you get it off your chest. I'm just scared with all these happening so often. How many? This month has been really, really bad. I mean, so many. You've got the one in Celebration. You've got this one. Now there's one in Ireland. Is it Ireland? Where's the other one? That's overseas. Is it Ireland? That there was a woman that killed her children over there? And then that's what your mom says, yeah. There's so many that are going on, and then just beyond that, just like the horrific case of that little boy that was killed by the cop and his wife in New York, and mother and toddler found dead in the Rocky Mountain National Park. Paul Perez arrested in California for killing his 5 infants. Wow, Julie. There's like so much. January's just been crazy. The one in Utah, right? That's right. Yeah, the son took out, right? That's another one. It's just crazy. January is a hard month for mental illness and everything too, and financial issues. Hi, Shay Shay. Hey, Linda B. Hi, Honey Badger. Hey, April Sunset. Hi, Apple Snapple. Hey, Carol. Another woman missing in Montana. Who mentioned a news update? There was a vigil held for her. In Dublin, Ireland. Right. Okay, Julie. In NYE, a mom here stabbed her 4-year-old daughter to death. Where's that, Terry? Where are you? Hi, Denise. The mom who killed her kids in Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's crazy how many. Hi, Baxter. Hi, Marie. Glam Dolly, hello. Salt Lake City, Utah. Hey, Hennessy. So I don't know, lots of crazy stuff. And then you've got these crazy Vallow and Lori and Chad found in Hawaii on Saturday. Your best friend down in West Virginia. His youngest brother shot for stealing drugs from a gang. What? Sorry. I can't believe mothers that kill kids. And so you've got Lori and Chad, right? Daybell. Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, married. Found in Hawaii Saturday, pulled over. And then there is a reporter that follows them to the resort. Their car was seized. He does mention her having a baggie of money. And what was she going to do with that? But they didn't answer anything. They didn't answer any of the questions. The only thing that she said was when he said, "You've got people praying for your kids." She said, "That's nice." She said, "That's nice." And then they went into the resort, and that's it. And they need to, by the deadline of Thursday, bring the children to Idaho, Children and Family Services. And if they don't, then they can be arrested for contempt of court. I don't think they sold the kids apple. I'm afraid that something much worse happened. I don't know who puts it in a, somebody could put it in a baggie, but would you carry it out on the open like that? And if they searched her bag and then just gave it back to her, why wouldn't she just throw it in her bag? Why would she walk around with a baggie of money? There's always a chance of anything, tap dancing nails, but I put it at slim for me. That's what I think. I think it's very slim. Family tragedy in Alabama. 16-year boy killed his mom and 3 brothers and then went to school. 3-year-old Casey Hathaway from North Carolina was found safe after being outside for 2 days. Oh my gosh, really? Did she just wander off? What happened there? Liliana. Hey, Carpe Diem. She didn't want the kids. She told her ex to take the son, that she didn't want him. And was their extradition back to Utah? Idaho, you mean? Probably. Well, he did say something about them being at the beach. The reporter that was hammering them, just hammering them with questions. And you see their car being put, onto a flatbed. No, Danette, talking about Daybells and Daybell and Vallow. There's a new case in Colorado. Which one, the mother and daughter found? Is that one you're talking about, Danette? Just saw a 22-year-old has been missing. Her boyfriend left her in the woods. Is that the one in Colorado? Yes, lost outside after playing in the grandma's yard with other children. He didn't come back in the house. He? I thought someone said she. He? There's another story. They say suicide. The Colorado mother and daughter? Sunflower Brown. Oh, Casey is a boy. Okay. Well, at least he was found safe and sound. Hey, Casbat. Yeah, there's so many cases. It's ridiculous. How did they rule? Wait. Danette, which case are you talking about? Which one? The one, hold on, Colorado? How do we keep up? Where in Colorado was it? Did somebody say Rocky Mountain Park or something? State Park? Yeah. I don't think it's Colorado, but I'll check. Okay, thanks, Jen. Yes, the Colorado suicide. She just announced she was pregnant. Hi, Diana. Hi, Gianna. Seems suspicious. Rocky Mountain National Park. All right, let's take a look at that one. Oh my goodness. I hope you don't buffer while I'm gone. So yeah, they say mom kills toddler son in murder-suicide. So it says authorities identified Monday the victims in a murder-suicide investigation at a Rocky Mountain National Park. Park rangers came upon a gruesome discovery Friday afternoon amidst a search for a suicidal person. Inside a car near Upper Beaver Meadows Road, a park ranger found the bodies of 24-year-old Tristan Watson and her 17-month-old son, Christopher Watson. The Colorado Springs mother shot and killed her toddler son before turning the gun on herself, according to the Larimer County Coroner's Office. The coroner's report states that toddler was shot in the head and his death was ruled a homicide. Watson's death was ruled a suicide. Park rangers had begun searching for Watson after a report that she was likely in the park and was suicidal. Nothing else there. Okay, so both the Denver Post doesn't have anything about her being pregnant, or the Denver Channel. Let's see what. Yeah, I don't see anything about the. Oh, wait a second. What is this? Hang on. So, remember we were looking at the case of Stephanie Pars? Remember the woman that's been missing since Halloween? And then her boyfriend killed himself? Well, there's an update in that case as well today. So the boyfriend left a confession. You know, at least he did that, instead of keeping people wondering what happened. I hope that he gave. So the body of 25-year-old woman last seen in October was discovered Sunday in a wooded area of Middlesex County, New Jersey. Weeks after Stephanie Pars was last seen, authorities had all but concluded that John Osbilgen, 29, her ex-boyfriend, was responsible for her disappearance. Monmouth County prosecutor Christopher Gramiccione told reporters at a news conference Monday. Their suspicions were confirmed soon after Osbilgen was found dead by suicide on November 22nd at his home in Freehold Township, where he left a note admitting his involvement in Pars's death. Authorities do not believe anyone else was involved. Gramiccione said at the news conference hours after authorities announced that her remains had been discovered Sunday. That guilt belongs to John Osbilgen and John Osbilgen alone, he said. Pars's father, Ed Pars, thanked law enforcement for going way beyond the call of duty and others who provided support and search for his daughter for nearly 3 months. Stephanie is home, he said as he fought back tears as his wife Charlene cried by his side at Monday's news conference. She's coming home at last, right where she belongs, and we have God to thank for that. Pars, a nanny, was last seen October 30th. Her parents have said she dropped them off at their home after a night out with family and then drove to her home about 10 miles away where she lived alone. They grew concerned and reported her missing when she did not show up for work on Halloween. Pars's family and multiple police agencies searched extensively for her in Monmouth and Middlesex counties and in Staten Island, New York, where Osbilgen once lived. Detectives searched Osbilgen's home in Freehold Township multiple times Gramiccioni said Asbiljan had been charged in 3 domestic violence incidents, one of which involved Pars, Gramiccioni said. Days after Pars disappeared, authorities searched Asbiljan's cell phone and they discovered images depicting acts of sexual violence on children, some as young as 2 years old. Asbiljan was arrested November 8th on child pornography charge. He had been released from jail before his parents found him dead. Gramiccioni said Monday that among the items recovered from the home was a note that Asbiljan left for his parents. In the note, Asbiljan stated that he had had enough and that he could not do life in prison, Gramiccioni said. He also admitted that what his parents would hear in the news was true, except for charges of child pornography that were filed by our office on November 9th. The note did not disclose the location of Pars' remains. Gramiccioni said he told Pars' parents about the note, but did not notify the public because of the investigation. Asbiljan was never charged in Pars' death. 2 teenagers found Pars' body Sunday afternoon along U.S. Route 9 in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Acting Middlesex County Prosecutor Christopher Cabaret said Monday the location is near an area where police and others have previously searched. An autopsy Monday confirmed Pars' identity. According to the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office, the cause and manner of death are yet to be determined. Of course, all of us hoped and prayed that we would find her alive, even against the odds, and the evidence in this case, Gramiccioni said. But today we sincerely hope and pray the Pars family can have some level of closure and lay their daughter to rest in peace. So, wow, a lot of stuff going on here. So that was, let me just make sure we're not buffering. Okay, good. Well, he killed himself because of what he did to her, Susan. He couldn't spend life in prison. The teen boy in Alabama he did not leave it in the note. What are you talking about, Danette? The location of her body he did not leave in the note, correct? It's like he moved her and then killed himself. He didn't even tell the family where she was. All right, so, okay. Let's see if there's any updates on Daybell. Doesn't look like too much. We can confirm that Lori Vallow was served with that order, a child protection action on behalf of the missing kids, and obtained a court order to force Vallow to produce them within 5 days. We can confirm that Lori Vallow was served with that order in the city of Princeville on the island of Kauai, Hawaii. on Saturday, January 25th, by the Kauai Police Department, and that Chad Daybell was with her. We can confirm that Tylee and JJ were not with Lori and Chad, and there is no evidence that Tylee and JJ were ever in Hawaii. The next day, Daybell and Vallow were pulled over by police with a search warrant, and their car was seized, according to East Idaho News, which had a reporter on scene. The reporter asked Vallow where her children were, and she replied, no comment. Told that people across the country were praying for her children, she said, that's great, and refused to answer further questions. Lori and Charles, her husband that was shot by her brother and killed, had lived in Kauai for several years before moving to Arizona. She reportedly became obsessed with Daybell's books on doomsday scenarios and near-death experiences marketed for a Mormon audience and bonded with the author. After Charles was killed by her brother, who later died under unknown circumstances, Lori moved to Idaho, where Daybell also lived. It's believed they got married in November, reportedly in Hawaii. If Vallow does not comply with the court order to produce Tylee and JJ, she could be arrested on contempt of court charges, police said. JJ's grandparents, have offered a $20,000 reward for information leading to their return. We truly believe and we hope and pray these kids are alive, grandfather Larry Woodcock said at a press conference earlier this month. So not much new there. Nothing really. We'll see what happens. 3 days. And let's see about Ireland. Okay, we went over all that. Let's see. An autopsy was conducted Sunday. Family members perished due to being shot, likely with a revolver found at the scene. It's believed the killings took place between Wednesday and Friday. Neighbors who said they preferred not to be identified reported hearing shouting and screaming from the Ireland's home. But what about gunshots? Last year, April started a GoFundMe page for her husband, who she says suffered severely from depression among other mental illnesses. She also said on the fundraising page that the funds would help her husband because he was very badly injured from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. See, now, some people were saying he slashed his throat. Now this is saying a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's what I mean about information, right? So that makes it all the more crazy. If it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound, why did he have a gun in the house? And if he didn't have a gun in the house, where did he get the gun from? The fundraiser only raised $130 of its $10,000 goal. A GoFundMe page has been set up to cover the funeral costs for April Ireland and her children. And let's see. That's weird. Very strange. So I guess we'll hear more about that. And let me see. Okay, wait a second. That's right. And that we all heard. According to incident reports, deputies had been called to the family's home 6 times between 2015 and 2017. Reports say Michael J. Ireland was arrested in January of 2015 with assault on a female and a willful and wanton injury to personal property. In November of that year, reports show that a 911 caller told officials it looked like Ireland had locked his wife out of the house and the couple was yelling at each other. Incident reports also say that deputies were called to the home in January of 2016 concerning assault on a female, simple assault, and communicating a threat. In August of 2019, April Ireland created the GoFundMe page. Let's see if that's saying, no, something is weird. In August of 2019, April Ireland created a GoFundMe page for families saying that her husband was in the hospital. Self-inflicted, he is very sick mentally. The fundraiser said was asking for help. That date sounds off. Jackie Tripp, April Ireland's mother, said she knew something was not right when she woke up on Friday, but she was not prepared for tragedy when deputies were at her door that afternoon. The deputy said, "Are you the mother of April Tripp?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "I hate to tell you this, but your daughter is deceased." I started crying. I said, "What about the babies?" And he said, "They were deceased too. I just lost it. I couldn't say anything. All I could do was cry." According to Tripp, the family often struggled with finances, but her daughter made sure the children were clothed and fed, even if it meant selling the clothes off her own back. She did. She would spend every last dollar on those kids and never spend anything on herself, said Tripp. And April's aunt, Kim Edwards, she loved her kids with everything she had. As for the children, she said Bryson and Michael were rambunctious toddlers who loved their mother and each other more than anything. While Tripp said she is left with the comfort of her memory, she is devastated. 4 of the most precious people in her life are gone. They were just too young to be killed, she says. They shouldn't be gone. That was my youngest daughter. Both Tripp and Edwards say the only time they ever saw April without her children in her lap was when she was driving. So that is how they want to remember her. My daughter was brave, intelligent, beautiful person. She loved her kids with everything she had, and that's how I want her remembered. Tripp is raising money to help with funeral costs for April and the 3 children. Donations can be made online. Several people who live near the Ireland family's Kinsaw home say everyone in the neighborhood is grieving, unable to believe an incident like this could happen so close to home. While parents say they are struggling to tell their children the devastating news, Carrie Truex says the neighborhood has felt different since they learned of the Ireland family's deaths. Very eerie quiet, she explains. You can't explain it any other way. It's just an eerie quiet. You tell everyone that's in your life that you love them and hold them a little closer. Community members have visited the home on Kinsaw Court to leave tributes. People have placed stuffed animals, flowers. Hold on one second. Cards and books in the front yard as they attempt to understand how something like this could happen. Sheriff Hughes says this investigation is mostly complete and investigators are waiting for the final autopsy results for what Hughes calls a senseless loss of lives. And I'm trying to get, see, I'm very confused because there's a funeral fund for April, Ireland, and children, but this is by Brittany Stokes. And I don't know who Brittany Stokes is. This is not by Tripp. I know there's something on Facebook. I don't know. I just didn't want to give out the wrong one. I don't know. Does anybody know who Brittany Stokes is? Hey, Montana Sky, why isn't there too many cases we get? When there isn't too many cases we get to do real sleuthing. I like digging into the discovery. More of a puzzle. They had relatives to take them. What's going on, Lacey? You'll stay with you guys until you're ready to do a runner. A new fire is heading your way? Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that, Lacey. Stay safe there. Prayers that these fires get under control. Could very well be the dad was on drugs. He could have been self-medicating. I don't know. All sides of you again? Oh my gosh. I thought it was getting better. Hi, Robin. I don't know, Robin. Maybe he just thought the whole family would go together somewhere. I don't know. You're choking. Oh, I hope she feels better, Tico. So let me just check one other thing. So yeah, I'm not sure where the funeral fund is. So now then there's the California man accused of killing 5 of his own infant children in a cold case that has haunted investigators for years. Wow, the guy's got... Okay. Hold on a minute. Let me get his picture. Hang on, I'm just trying to get another picture here. So, there can be no victim more vulnerable and innocent than an infant, and unfortunately this case involves 5. Yolo County Sheriff Tom Lopez said. California man is suspected of killing 5 of his infant children born between 1992 and 2001 in a case that has stumped investigators for years, officials announced Monday. Paul Allen Perez, 57, identified as the father of all 5 victims, was arrested at the Kern Valley State Prison where he was serving time for unrelated offenses. He was arrested January 23rd, just 4 days before he was due to be released from prison, Yolo County Sheriff Tom Lopez said. In my 40 years in law enforcement, I cannot think of a case more disturbing than this one. Lopez said during a press conference there can be no victim more vulnerable and innocent than an infant, and unfortunately this case involves 5. Perez's arrest was the result of an investigation into a 2007 cold case involving the death of a baby. Investigators now believe he is also responsible for the murders of 4 other infants, though not all of the baby's remains have been found. On March 29, 2007, a man who was fishing discovered a sealed container with the body of an infant inside an irrigation slough near the city of Woodland. According to the Woodland Daily Democrat, the man was using a bow and arrow to fish for carp when he missed and struck a box at the bottom of the slough. He hauled it up to the surface and found the blanket along with stones used to weigh the box down. Officials updated the infant's genetic profile into CODIS, the FBI's criminal justice DNA database, but for years no matches were found. It wasn't until October of 2019 when investigators using new DNA techniques identified the baby as Nico, isn't this weird? This is so weird. Nico Lee Perez. This is like what I say, there's always names that keep coming up. Nico Lee Perez, a baby boy who was born November 8th, 1996 in Fresno. Ed Medrano, chief of the California Department of Justice's Law Enforcement Division, said investigators recently expanded their search to look for kinship-based matches and created a list of potential siblings or parents that ultimately led to the infant's identification and the identification of his father as a suspect. As a result of that work, investigators also learned that baby Nico had siblings, including Cato Allen Perez, who was born in 1992 in Merced and is known to have died, according to officials. The sheriff's office said 3 other siblings, identified as Mika Elena Perez, born in 1995, a second Nico Lee Perez, born in 1997, and Cato Crow Perez, born in 2001, are also believed to be dead. Their remains have not been found. Officials say they believed all 5 children were under the age of 6 months when they died. Lopez said, "The case has haunted my agency for years. What began as a single, unsolved homicide has become something much more," he said. "We also tragically learned that 4 of his siblings suffered his same fate." Lopez declined to answer questions about how the children died or whether they were killed in the same way. The investigation is ongoing. Yolo County District Attorney Jeff Reisig said Perez faces 5 counts of first-degree premeditated murder in connection with the 2 deaths where remains have been found and 3 suspected deaths of his children. Prosecutors are alleging he committed the murders by means of lying in wait and through torture, and that the charges come with a special circumstance for multiple murders. He is scheduled to be arraigned on the charges Tuesday. If convicted, he's eligible for the death penalty. Perez has been in and out of jail since at least the early 90s for various crimes, including assault with intent to commit a sex offense. He most recently was admitted to state prison in 2010 to serve a 7-year, 4-month sentence for vehicle theft and evading a peace officer when driving recklessly, according to the California Department of Corrections. In 2014, Perez received an additional 4-year sentence for possession of or manufacture of a deadly weapon by a prisoner. According to the department, he was scheduled to be released Monday to Yolo County under community supervision. Crazy. That's a crazy case. This has been just a crazy day. It's a crazy day and crazy January. Delta employee shot and killed in parking lot near Atlanta Airport. A year later, Ohio woman charged in death of 3-month-old baby with 6 broken ribs. Crazy. Colorado dad killed toddler son by backing his truck over him while allegedly high on drugs. Two killed, multiple injured in shooting at South Carolina bar. This is crazy. Indiana boy 4 dies after being shot in the head while play wrestling with his dad. Three Tennessee students, 6, 10, and 16, killed as innocent bystanders in drive-by shootings. Three-year-old New Mexico boy was allegedly abducted by dad, who's accused of killing his mom. This is crazy. Pregnant North Carolina woman is slain by ex in murder-suicide after learning child's sex. Pregnant North Carolina woman was killed by a man believed to be her ex-boyfriend in what police are calling, North Carolina is moving up to Florida almost, in what police are calling a murder-suicide. On Tuesday morning, officers responded to a call regarding 2 dead bodies outside a Waynesville home. Upon arrival, officers found the bodies of 38-year-old Cynthia Lynn Smith and 43-year-old Robert Brian King. According to a press release, Smith was 4 months pregnant and was planning to name the baby Riley Quinn Smith. Surveillance cameras from a neighbor's home captured the moment King murdered Smith and then intentionally took his own life. King and Smith had previously dated. He was believed to have been the baby's father. She had broke up with him about a month or so ago, moved back in with her mom away from him. She was fearful of him, but he was sneaky and had never done anything bad enough to have authorities involved. Days before Smith's murder, her family had learned the gender of her unborn child. Waynesville Police Interim Chief Brian Beck believes the murder was premeditated, saying King laid in wait for her. Smith taught at Kid Connection Child Development Center and had been at the center for almost 3 years. In an online obituary, friends and members of the community shared memories. Cindy, you were such a precious soul that was taken too quickly. Sophia loved seeing you every day and talked about you often. You were one of her favorite teachers, one user posted. Enjoy your sweet, beautiful little girl for eternity in heaven. We miss you. We love you and miss you here on earth, but I know that you are resting in the Father's arms and loving on your precious little one. Investigators were unable to find any previous reports of domestic violence. And in his Facebook post, Goodson shared some advice to his friends. If someone is acting erratic, things they are saying are not adding up, if they are angry, saying crazy things, etc., try to get help. Try to get them help, Goodson wrote on Facebook. The reason I'm posting this is that maybe it could help someone else. Maybe it could save someone's life. So if you experience domestic violence, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or go to thehotline.org. All calls are confidential. And then you can go to suicide prevention lifeline.org as well. Very sad. And there was a beloved firefighter was murdered in an ambush by the woman's estranged husband, who then killed himself. North Carolina. 3 things in like that, just boom, boom, boom in North Carolina. Murder-suicides, 3 murder-suicides within days. A North Carolina man killed himself Wednesday morning inside the home of his estranged wife after first ambushing and fatally shooting a firefighter moments after the victim walked out the front door. Authorities in Granite Quarry believe that Andrew Lee Myers, 26, was sitting in his pickup truck parked outside his wife's home, waiting for the 30-year-old fireman Tyler William Hamilton, who emerged from the home at 11:45 a.m. Speaking to reporters Wednesday, Granite Quarry Police Chief Mark Cook said investigators learned that Myers stepped out of his vehicle and approached Hamilton shortly after he left his home, firing once with a shotgun. Hamilton died instantly as the gunfire struck him in the head. Next, Cook said Myers walked into his estranged wife's home, confronting her briefly before turning the gun on himself and ending his own life. We had received several phone calls about gunshots at a residence, Cook told reporters. Myself and another officer were on scene in about a minute. On our arrival, we found 2 male victims. Both had apparent gunshot wounds. Both parties were deceased. Friend of Hamilton's told the Salisbury Post that she does not believe the fireman was involved romantically with Meyer's estranged wife, adding that the two were merely friends. Meanwhile, Hamilton's parents are concerned their son will be remembered more for his death than his life. He was a really good boy. His mother, Jill Hamilton, said he loved God, he loved his mama, he was very close to his brother. We want to remember Tyler for what he loved the most, and that was firefighting. The station reports that Hamilton was last year named Firefighter of the Year for the Millers Ferry Department. As she spoke about her son, the grieving mother offered heartbreaking words of advice to other moms. Just, you know, hug your child. I got my last hug. He told me he loved me more than anything else in this world. And he said, I'll be all right, Mom. I'll be all right, she said. Crazy. This is... It's nuts. So... I wonder how much of this is due to economic insecurity. Can you look for Zundel killed by gang? Zundel killed by gang? Are you talking about Junior? What are you talking about? Where did it occur? Are you talking about Junior in New York? What are you talking about, Honey Boo Boo? Honey Badger, I mean. Tennessee or West Virginia. Are you sure that's Tyler Zundel? I'm not finding anything. I don't find anything. I think you have the name spelled wrong. Let me see. It might be Zundel. When did this happen? I don't know. I don't know when it happened. You have to have some more information. I can't find anything with that. Which Ireland family? Michael J. Ireland in North Carolina. Okay, I couldn't even, no name is right. It's just drug related. Honey Badger has a new name. I know. I didn't mean to. Honey, just Boo Boo came to mind. Sorry. High time for a change. You can't sleep to save your soul. Who do I find going strong? Yes, us over here. It's almost 3:33. Oh my goodness! So wow, that's crazy. I could have gone on and on. There were more murder suicides. It was nuts. All occurring in the last several days. Hi, Sassy Darcy. Oh, on a lighter note, I texted Lisa. Well, Lisa's funny because I didn't hear her text, and then she's like, "Do I have the right number? Is this Carolyn?" And then I said, "Oh my gosh," because if I don't have my watch on, I have to send my phone in because I told you I dropped it from my bike this summer, remember? And I cracked the screen and I paid for the replacement. I just have not sent it in. And ever since that, it doesn't ring. It just will only vibrate through my watch. So if my watch is not on and someone's calling me, I don't know. If someone's texting me, I don't know. So she sent me an email finally. But I will tell you that just on a fluky thing, remember I told you that I tried to do that thing on a flat surface and I saw this lady. I realized the reason mine didn't work was because I forgot to take the second ply off the napkin. So I was all excited and I watched one of her videos again, and she did this thing with saran wrap. And I thought at first it's one of these things like the last one that's going to seem so easy, but then I go to do it and it's not going to work. Well, I will tell you, that worked so well. And I did a video on it, but when I was doing the video, I couldn't even find my tripod. Then I found it later on, so the video's like crap, but I am going to post it. Because I couldn't believe how it worked. If I only had this before the tutorial that we did. I showed it to Lisa. She about fell off of her chair. Okay. Oh, don't say bummer, Sassy. Look at this. You've got to look at this. I made this today. You use saran wrap. That is not layered. That is a full napkin that I put on in 3 different pieces. It is so pretty. It's very hard to see. It is so easy to do that. And what you do, you just put she uses a special, and I'm going to order it, but I used Mod Podge, but she uses a special napkin decoupage. And you put it on the glass. So this is this is curved glass. The same piece is all on these little curves. I don't have wrinkles. Look at that. There are not wrinkles. Saran wrap. Oh, Sassy. Sassy, Sassy, Sassy. You were using the saran wrap? You held out on us? Oh, no wonder Sassy's turned out so good. Remember I said, wow, Sassy, that's really good. That looks so great. Sassy held out on us. Oh, Sassy, Sassy, Sassy. You are so sassy with that saran wrap. Really? Oh my goodness, this is a napkin. And I'm so glad I waited to do the birds. I thought everybody else was. So Sassy's the one that said bummer too, but you don't have to worry because you were already in on it. But we're gonna do, and I am like so freaking obsessed. Let's do it again. Sassy, sassy, sassy. I can't believe this. Guys, this was so easy to do with the saran wrap. I was freaking out. Hi, Mom with Chickadee. You know, I still like my pink one with the layers because it actually looks like a crackly effect. Like, I'm not going to rip those off and do them over again. But now that I know this, I have that really, really big container that I bought, vase. And I'm going to try it with a really, really big one. But I can't believe Miss Sassy Darcy was holding out on us. It was so easy with the saran wrap. And I took a crap video. I'll do a better video because I'm going to do another one. But I am going to put up the crap video because you can still see it. It's just, it's amazing. Anyway, so I couldn't believe it. Because every time that lady, well, every time, only one time, she made something look really easy and I tried it and it wasn't. But no candles can go in there. Candle's in there right now. I have a candle in there right now. You just can't see it because the light is too much. There's a candle in there right now. Hennessy. Plain glass from the Dollar Tree, Molly. Molly Mayhem. Yeah, and then I'll show you the other thing that I did without wrinkles using her technique. And the reason it didn't work the last time, because I said, oh, this is going to be one of those, she makes it look so easy. She was doing these on flower pots, Sassy Darcy. They were amazing. And you know what else she decoupages? You know those canvases you can get in the Dollar Tree? She does those with decoupage too. And she also had an oven method and an iron-on method so you don't have wrinkles. Can you use your good Dollar? Yes, yes, absolutely, Liz. That's what I have. Good Dollar Tree glassware. Yeah, I was freaking. What you do, I have a video on it so you can see it, but what you do is you put the decoupage stuff on here, you put it on your glass, then you take your piece of napkin and you just kind of just lay it there. You don't try to smooth it down, or you just kind of lay it there. Then you take your piece of saran wrap and you put it over, and then you like grab the sides of the saran wrap and you pull it tight. And then it's amazing. With the saran wrap on there, you can see I can rub my finger like over the saran wrap, and it's amazing. You've been using saran wrap. Are you kidding, Sassy? No, I mean, maybe like a one tiny wrinkle or something. I mean, it is really good. Any like even if there was a teeny wrinkle, it almost looks like a crackle effect. But I mean, that was so easy, Sassy Darcy. I'll show you the other thing. Hang on. I can't believe nobody saw you. Nobody saw Sassy with the saran wrap that night? She was probably hauling herself off in the kitchen and doing it. Oh, so we got to watch Sassy. Next craft, everybody has to keep their eye on Sassy Darcy because she's holding out. Hold on. Okay, then I got, remember I told you I wanted to make these egg ornaments? You can't. So I put the bird on here too. And I did the dry one where you just put the Mod Podge. You don't put it on the back. You put just on the front. And then you file the edges off when it's dry. I have a video on this one too. And then I'm going to do it on the back. And then there's a little hole. It's going to be an Easter ornaments. And these egg shapes are from the Dollar Tree. Look, Mom. Look, Mom, no wrinkles. Yeah, she does them on canvas too. You know those canvases? I have them downstairs that you get at the Dollar Tree. She decoupages on them. Did you see her ironing with the parchment paper? And then she puts glass bottles in the oven. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And Lisa was like freaking out too. So that was not like a disaster, because when I tried to do it the other time, then something said, Carolyn, maybe you didn't take both the other ply off. Maybe that's why it didn't work, because I saw another lady doing the same technique. And then I saw this lady trying to do this wet napkin technique. I would have severe, severe anxiety if I ever tried to do that. I would never try the wet napkin. I don't ever think it's way too anxiety producing for me. I can't believe you were sitting there with your saran wrap. You love doing it fun. Oh, I love doing it now with the saran wrap. Yeah, I want to just go like to the Dollar Tree and buy all this glassware, or just find all this glassware in my house and do it. I want to do it. You can do it. I wonder, like with my kombucha bottles, and take the labels off, and make them into like vases or stuff. Or people were doing it with wine bottles. Why can't you do it with those? And she was very sneaky, Danielle. Nobody saw her sneaking in with the saran. She was probably doing it under the table or something. I can't. Lisa was like freaking out too. We were both freaking out on the text. I'm like, you'll never believe it. She's like, what? Saran wrap. And she's like, oh my gosh, saran wrap. Someone's in trouble. I can't believe nobody noticed her. You did with a root beer jug, right, Stephanie? But did you have the saran wrap? No, right? You've never seen the ironing method? Yeah, and she has a little tiny little craft iron. It's like, but she says you don't have to use a craft iron. You can use a regular iron. And you put parchment paper and you iron it. What you do is you put the decoupage, Sassy, you let it dry. Like say you're doing the canvas, you put the decoupage paste on it. She keeps saying you need a special, don't use the Mod Podge, use the napkin stuff or this other stuff from Germany. And you know, it's just you, Glam Dolly. She says that you put it on, you let it dry completely, right? And then you take the napkin and you lay it on the dry decoupage. And then you put parchment paper on that, and then you iron it with either the little craft iron or regular iron without steam. Thanks, Terry. She was holding out on us. Somebody's next craft. There's gonna be somebody assigned to watch Sassy Darcy. So that's another technique. And then she also she'll do the glass bottle, and then she'll put it in the oven at like very low temperature, but you've got to put it in cold because the glass could crack if you just put it in hot. And then as soon as it reaches that temperature, I think it's 175 or 275, I don't know, she turns it off immediately. She leaves it in the oven, and you can get the wrinkles out there. But the saran wrap was unbelievable. Like she did clay pots like that, and she put the napkin like up on the, you could have the lip. You don't have to go, and you just do the whole thing. You take that saran wrap and you just smooth it out. It's unbelievable. You could do what on clothes? Well, I don't think so. Decoupage on clothes with napkins, it would come out in the wash. It's not waterproof. 333. Good prayers and good vibes for all. Yeah, absolutely. 333. So Lisa said we're going to do another one, but napkins are not so hard, and there's some beautiful napkins. I saw some beautiful stuff on but now I need to get more glass stuff. She had this really nice bottle that was like square shaped, and she put this crab on it from a napkin. And then like these people sent her napkins from all over the place. Then do you put another finishing module? Yeah, but she was actually using different products. She was using a sort of glaze, a top coat from another place. So she did it. She didn't use Mod Podge. The other lady I saw didn't use Mod Podge either. She used I think it was 3 parts regular glue, 1 part water. So it was water. It was more watery than Mod Podge. Well, I said that, Lisa, that we should have crafts once a week. We should have crafts once a week. On furniture? Yeah, you can do it on furniture. Absolutely. You're all for crafts once a week? At least once a week. I bet Carolyn would be all in for crafts once a week. Yeah, if we could get people participating and I mean, I'm not going to tear apart my ones that I made because they didn't come out that bad, and I want to show the progression, but I also want to try. So I'm so glad I waited to try this one with the saran wrap method. But I did that, like, you couldn't even believe the state. Like, Jimmy was, like, behind me trying to cook. I couldn't find the tripod. You'll see my video. And if it turned out like that, under that duress, that I know that if I'm sitting there, I've got that one big glass vase that I'd like to try as well. Oh, and there's something that I thought about that I wanted to try. Oh, you know what I wanted to try? Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys. Now that I saw how to do that, I still have a bunch of the glitter balls that I made for Christmas. A bunch that I didn't print out decals or anything for. I have baskets of them that I made, right? And I have some Christmas napkins with poinsettias, and I have the one with the vintage, remember the vintage Santa and stuff that I got? And the wrapping paper, she said, oh yeah, you could use the wrapping papers at the Dollar Tree, the ones that are so thin that they like tear when you make the corner. She uses a lot of those types for decoupage too. But I thought, well, I could decorate the balls with the decoupage with poinsettias and things. Now I've got to find some more Christmas napkins and stuff. I'm gonna look, and then I have some vintage Santa stuff that I think Carol Boyce sent me. Stickers, and I think they're stickers. I got massive respect to you. Well, thanks, Steve. Yes, Sassy, but you held out on the saran wrap. I might try some poinsettias later. Because I have poinsettia napkins that are in my craft drawer right there in my cart, my crash cart, my craft cart. Good night, Steve. Because I know that Lisa said, what did Lisa say? She said, see, I sent Lisa pictures of my stuff. See that you can see, I don't know, you can see it much better. That's the egg. You can't see it. See, this is why I hate this. I hate being in, okay. That's why I do like doing the regular video. Okay. It is really, really pretty when it's on the thing. Anyway, she said, what did she say? I really have so much to say about the decoupage and glitter subject. Oh yeah, the glitter. Don't forget the glitter now that I added to that. But I do want to call in and do a real discussion and tutorial about this and some really great decoupage embellishing techniques. So, oh yeah, this lady was using glitter too. She was using glitter like on the top seal. I'll call in when I feel better and I'll actually demonstrate some stuff to really get into it. Is that okay? Let's schedule a decoupage glitter paint tutorial. Just pick a night. Then as soon as I do the tutorial, we can schedule another live decoupage night where everyone does a project using the techniques I demonstrated in the tutorial. And then, because I didn't answer, she said, "Is this Carolyn's cell number? I'm concerned because I haven't heard back from you." So then I said, okay, sorry, yes, it's me. Let's do something this week. And she said, oh, I'm glad it's you, LOL. Yes, I'm so excited. And then I said, it's me. I told her I have to send my phone in and all that stuff. It doesn't ring. She says, okay, don't worry. And she gave me an emoticon blowing kisses or something, or hearts all around it. I don't know. And then I said, at 6:16 p.m., you are not going to believe this. And she said, what? And I said, I found out how to virtually get no wrinkles on curved glass. I just did one using the saran wrap method, took a video, worked first try. She said, wow, the only way I have ever done it is by cutting paper. It's hard to explain. That's so cool. You are so cool. And I said, also did a dry method on that Easter egg ornament with a napkin. And the reason it did not work the other day was because I forgot to remove the other layer. She gave me a thumbs up. I said, I saw some lady on YouTube and I could not believe how well the saran wrap works. You need to try it. She said, yes. I showed her a picture. I said, that's the glue behind it drying. I have to do the top coat. She said, wow, beautiful. I said, those are not wrinkles. It's the glue behind it drying. She gave me a thumbs up. Then I showed her my egg thing. She said, wow. She said, I love it. You should do a tutorial for everyone and demonstrate the saran wrap technique. Wait till I tell her that Sassy Darcy was doing it. I said, I made a quick video. We'll see how it comes out as soon as I put the top coat on. And she gave me another thumbs up. Then I said, this lady was doing it on those terracotta, planters. She painted them, and then she put the whole napkin on, right even on the lip, right through to the bottom, and she used that saran wrap. She said, I'll go look. I said, yeah, I subbed to her, but I forgot her name. And I still don't remember her name. Isn't that bad? And then I said, it's like 5 foolproof ways for no wrinkles and napkins, blah, 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 blah. She said, I'll check it out. She found it. She said, I watched this. I love this technique. It's brilliant. And she said, I love the idea of a thinner decoupage. Mod Podge is very thick and can actually be somewhat difficult to work with. I love that she actually uses her oven and an iron. I said, yeah, it came out so good. She said, you did a beautiful job. See, that's how we share text here, right? Other channels, they're all like, wait till you hear what they... No, so there. Nothing to hide there in that. We're both excited about the decoupage. But, craziness. Hi, Alyssa. Hey. Oh, really? You're having issues with your husband? Oh, no. I hope everything's okay. Hope you guys are able to work it out. You going to bed, Carol? Okay, good night, Carol. Oh, and Lonnie, I got your package from Germany. I'll do an opening of it tomorrow. I just got it. Oh my gosh, hookers on his phone? Oh, so did you guys separate, or are you still together? And he's older than you, right? He's older than you, Alyssa. Isn't he a lot older than you? How did you find them? Did you suspect something and go snooping on the phone? Does he know you saw them? He's 48 and you're 38. Does he know you found them? I guess so if he's on the couch. Unless you made another excuse why he should be on the couch. I slept on the couch when I was watching the Casey Anthony trial because for some reason it was coming on really late at night. Do you remember that? And we had a brand new baby. Did we have a brand new baby? Yeah. Yes, I did. And I couldn't watch upstairs or anything, so I had to stay downstairs on the couch. And plus Jimmy had to get up, early to go to work. So I remember my aunt asking me, like, and I'm like, I'm sleeping on the couch because I'm watching the Casey Anthony trial late at night. And I can't disturb anybody. No, I actually was looking for old pictures, and he not only saved some, but yes, he knows. He won't admit it. What do you mean he won't admit it? Who does he say they are? You slept in the living room during the Jodi Arias trial. He is totally saying that they text him. Where are they from? Where are they from? Are they from like Backpage or something like that? Oh, gosh. Right. He is totally saying they text him. And said he was looking for a friend. Oh dear. He texts one December 6th from your area. But did he do anything with I don't understand. Oh no, I can sing a song about that. You can sing a song about it, Sonia? I thought you don't sing, Sonia. You told me the other night you can't sing. You were glued to the TV during the Arias trial. I watched the Arias trial on like so many times after that on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I used to go to sleep with that. You sleep in your couch, on your couch or in your recliner every night. You haven't slept in a bed for 8 years. Bread from the oven? Hey Eva, how are you doing? He totally had sex with her. Then I found him looking for Oh my gosh. On the phone you found that? Crap. What did he say about that? You got a full STD test. He won't even let me look at his Yikes. How did your test turn out? Everything is okay? He didn't say anything. He won't even talk about it. You find out next week? Oh, pray everything is okay. Her husband. That's horrible, Alyssa. What did he say about, he won't even answer you about the search for the medication? Understandably, Alyssa, yeah. Let's just pray everything is okay with your tests. Do you have, well, your mom, you don't get along well with your mom, I remember, right? You don't have a good relationship with your mom? Do you have any other family members? What medication was he searching for? which is odd because how does he know that's what it is? Well, I guess if he has something and then he sees it, maybe he narrowed it down. Do you have any other family around you? You called the cops to try to get him to leave, but they said he had rights. I said, isn't this illegal? Him getting hookers and all. You don't have any family nearby? Where are you? You're in California, right? You think he's a sociopath? Take half of the bank account and start a new account tomorrow. I was bailing and he started videotaping me. Oh, you were bowling and he started videotaping you and mocking you? Wow. Okay, Haunted Jim. I don't think she can call in Sassy if he's home. That might set him off. You have 2 separate accounts? And you're working as an, are you still working as a nanny? That's so weird because Alyssa, I think I was just talking about you the other day to someone, asking where you've been. And someone said, "Oh, isn't she a nanny?" That's so weird because I was just talking about you. So you still have your job? Who owns, do you guys own the house you're in? Equal, and you're both on it as owners? Oh, you just rent. Okay, so there's no house to split up. So what about the people you nanny for? Would they let you live there? Or can you be a live-in nanny or something? Or would they help you out? No, you can't live there? Get a studio. Not enough room. Can you afford something on your own, smaller? And I have my cats. I can let her call in, Linda, but she can't. It's not safe. He's in the house. Do you have family anywhere that you can relocate to? You want to call in? Okay, I hope so. I don't want you to do something that's going to jeopardize your safety. Send me an email and I'll send you the number. I know. I'm worried about you calling while he's in the house. What if he flips out? No, what? You can't call in, right? Oh, no family to go to? Is that what you're saying? Okay, email me. Hi, Daybell. Hey, Cece. Yeah, don't call in unless you're totally safe, because he could go wild. know. Hi, Alyssa. Alyssa? Oh my gosh, Molly. Alyssa? Might have just been a bad connection. Alyssa, are you in the chat? Alyssa, are you back in the chat? There she is. Alyssa? Oh, thanks, Terry. Alyssa? Alyssa? I don't know, maybe she's having phone problems. Alyssa? Might be a bad connection. I think she's called in before, I mean, many times. I don't remember if she had issues. But Alyssa, if you're in the chat, can you just write something up that you're having phone issues or something? I have her phone number. This is going to sound strange, but when I was in real estate, I had a priest from New Jersey. Here we are. Alyssa? Alyssa, could you put in the chat what's going on if you're having a hard time connecting? And not far from me, like literally a couple of roads away, there was, in this area, there used to be a lot of, because it's a resort area, a lot of like rooming houses and stuff like that. So you would find these, and then they became like hippie communes in the 70s and stuff. But anyway, there was this one for sale. It was for sale forever because, like, really, who's going to buy it? I mean, it literally had like 32 bedrooms inside, and then like 2 separate apartments, and then the main, all in the main house. Then it had paddocks and stables and outbuildings and all this stuff. And this priest from New Jersey came up, and he wanted to buy it as a retreat house. And it didn't go through. And I've always thought about, like, being the people that I've come into contact with this channel and all the people that need help, that Alyssa.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, it finally worked.
So, okay, everybody's worried about you. If you want to send me your address just in case something happens, please go ahead and do that so we know.
I'm okay. I mean, like, he's not gonna get crazy or anything.
He doesn't get violent?
I mean, no. Like, no. I'm just at a loss. I don't even know what to think. So I basically found on his phone that he had contacted prostitutes, and then I was just looking for pictures in his phone, and I saw that he had these saved prostitute pictures from like a year ago, and then he actually messaged one December 6th, and everything was fine. And I was really upset about that. And he kind of like, I wanted to believe, I guess, what he said. And he was like, well, I didn't do anything. And I was already upset, but these are prostitutes in our area. And so I was like, I don't believe that, but, then my mom, how my mom is. And she's like, you got to bring him over, because your grandma, and we need to save face. And she didn't even care. Like, I was like, Mom, he just got a prostitute.
So
And,
where's your mother?
huh?
Does your mother live in California?
Yeah. But she's the narcissist member.
Right, I remember. Yeah, but and so she
So
won't.
she was just like, that's how men are. That's what they do. And then, like,
Mm,
she even blamed stuff on me. She'd be like, well, have you not been putting on makeup lately? Have you been, you know, gaining weight? And this, that, and the other. And so she was like, your grandma'd be devastated if you didn't come. So I had to like pretend that that was okay. And then, I was trying to like make it okay. And then I found him looking up, they're trying to purchase something for genital warts.
mm. And then did you confront him on that?
Yeah. And he didn't make any excuse. He didn't say anything. He just didn't say anything. And I said, check it out. Let me look at your private. And he wouldn't let me.
Mm. And so what is he? And then he said he will leave the house, and now he said he won't.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just so shocking. Like, we've been together for 7 years. I never, ever thought that he would do something like this to me, ever. It's like, I really thought that he was not the cheating type, and I definitely didn't. I thought he had morals. I thought he had, integrity. I thought he was the type of man that would do something, right, even if no one was looking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like so shocking. I'm just at a loss. I just can't believe that this is happening.
So, are you able to find anything that you can afford with what your, salary is?
I mean, it would be, really, it would have to be like a room to rent because I really can't afford that right now because I'm not working full time. And I've been looking for jobs that are full time. Like, I have literally applied to like 80 jobs and I'm not getting any answers back. And it's just so frustrating because it's like, what can I do? Like, at least he's sleeping on the couch. And he does work 2 jobs, but
Mm-hmm.
so he's not around a lot, but it's still like such a mind F, you know what I mean? Like, I can't just continue to live like this. Like, I'm
No, but start
devastated.
getting your ducks in a row, though. If
Yeah.
start.
Oh, yeah. That's what I've been trying to do like this whole time. I'm just like, I'm trying to get everything, in a row and just, be smart about it. Cause I mean,
What?
I don't have anywhere else to go. And it's super hard too, because I've got the 2 cats and
Mm-hmm.
obviously I'm not going to leave them. They're my everything. And it's so hard to find anything that even allows cats. And like, I thought he was going to leave. And I was hoping that like I could use this place to maybe even have, watch children here and make extra money that way. But then like he was saying that he was gonna leave, and then like 2 days ago, he goes, I'm not going anywhere. We're just going to be together forever. And he's like laughing, like everything's a joke. He won't even talk to me about anything. And the worst part is his mother died from AIDS.
His mother died from what?
AIDS.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, how could you do that? Like, I don't know how someone can be so stupid, carelessly for themselves, but all I'm worried about is like myself. So I get my results next week. Because I didn't even know. I went to the doctor and, I think I've told you about going to the doctor with my ADD stuff and all that. And so I've been going to her, and then she's kind of like, she'll talk to me about personal things. And I've just been like, I've been getting crazy anxiety because this is happening. And she's like, oh my God. And then she was like, you can do a blood test that will let you know if you have any type of warrants or any kind of disease. And I didn't know that blood test would work for that. And so she said that it'll happen this week. She'll tell me. And then after I told him that I did that, he was like, I went and did it too. So there. And I'm like, what do you mean, so there? He's like, see, I did it too. And I'm like, what good does that do me? I'm never sleeping with you again. Like, day late and a dollar short. And that's just disgusting. Like, he wants me to praise him because he did that. I'm like,
When does he get his results?
a day after me.
Oh, the day after you?
Yeah. And I'm like, just be honest with me. Did you show them what you have or whatever you think you have? Can you tell me a heads up? Because I don't think I'm going to be there. I'm like, if I was you, I would leave. If I have a result and I have something, I'm going to go ballistic. I'm like, you need to get the hell away from me. I just can't believe that this is happening. Like, I can't, one thing I really trusted about him was that I believed that he was really faithful. And this is such a shocker. And the worst part is, like, I told my mom, I told some of my friends, and they're just kind of like, well, it's not surprising. Like, all men are pigs. And I'm like, really?
Does he take drugs?
No. And that's the craziest thing. I'm like, what? Like, he doesn't even drink. Like, not that that would be an excuse, but it's like, he was of sound in mind doing this stuff. I'm just totally shocked, and I'm just like, I don't know. And then, like, the people that I've talked to about it, they kind of act like it's no big deal, which is even more shocking. They're like, that's what men do. And I'm like, no, I mean, really? If all of them do this, like, I don't think that they all do. And if they all do, then I will not be with one ever again. I'm just so, like, devastated. It's been super hard. Like, I got bronchitis from watching the kids, and like, I got really sick, and I got sick again. And then the worst part is like, we slept together, and my immune system is low, and that's like the time when I would be most like susceptible to it. I'm just totally freaking out,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just in shock, kind of. And he won't even talk to me. I'm like, can you please tell me, like, if anything, out of 7 years, you would think that, like, you cared about me as a person. Just tell me. Like, did they look at your thing? Did you find out what it was? And then I'm like, what kind of a person just goes and, like, tries to order wart stuff? Like, what if it wasn't a wart? Like, then I'm thinking, well, maybe whoever he was with told him that that's what she had and to get the stuff, because that's the only logical explanation that I would think.
I don't know.
Like, why wouldn't he go to the get checked?
Right, but maybe he saw something and then was like Googling it because he didn't know what it was.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I know that they can get like, um, little tags, that's more common,
Skin
but
tags?
like a tag
Skin
on
tags.
their, yeah. But, I mean, why wouldn't I think that it was something else? Like, obviously.
Right, but maybe if he did sleep with someone, then he was, was like freaking out.
Yeah, and after I found the hooker thing, I was like, you probably are gonna get something. And so I figured he was probably, extra thinking that, but obviously he has something on him because he won't even let me look at his private. And I'm like, this is so not right. Like, we had slept together 2 nights before, and then he's like looking up this stuff, and he won't even let me look at what went in my body. Like, I just feel so disgusted. I'm just so sad, and like, it's just hard. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, she'll find out. She's had all the testing done, so you get your results next week.
Yeah, I do. It's just so hard because, like, I can't even really talk to my girlfriends about it. Like, I don't know. They're kind of like, I don't know if they're acting like it's not a big deal because they don't want me to have anxiety about it,
Right.
or, and then I really don't want to, like, it was so hard to even talk to my girlfriends about it, but I'm like, ugh, I need to tell mommy because I can't, I don't know what else. Like, I know you'd
Well,
have
I
the
think
best
right now you've got it.
advice.
Yeah, you've already had the testing, so you'll get that back and you'll deal with that. But you have to get a plan here.
Yeah. And so I am nannying, and it's, but I'm not making that much. Like, so it's
Can you
like,
look? Are there any live-in positions that you could look for?
I haven't seen any, but I went on mycare.com, and I applied to like every single one, and like one texted me back, or two. One said that they found somebody, and then one said that the price range, and I was like, I can work with you. Like, I'm open to that. And I just didn't. I mean, it's so hard to find nanny jobs. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm on it. I'm doing everything that I can on my end to just try and like get out of this sitch because this is ridiculous. I just, I'm just so, I'm just so sad, and it's like so hard.
Right, right. So
I'm getting better though
you
about
you
it.
s-
Like, I'm feeling better about it. Like, I'm not like super, super depressed that
right.
much.
You
I
said
mean,
you have separate bank accounts.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
But the problem is I don't really have much in mine. And the shitty part is too is that my like we have an apartment together, and they automatically take out the rent in my name. And then now he's like, it's like a week away before they do that. And he's like, I don't have it. I don't really have it. And I'm like, are you doing? And he has a savings. And I'm like, get it out of your savings, like, I think you've done enough. What are you trying to do? I just honestly think that he's like getting off on, like my anxiety, and like trying to video me when I was crying. Like, what's that about?
oh,
Like, what kind of a creep does that?
he's trying to use that against you in court probably to say you're insane.
And I was just crying.
Right,
And then he started videoing me.
right, but he's just trying to say that, uh, you know, guarantee you he's gonna, somebody's telling him to do that.
It's so sick and it's so degrading, and I just feel like just so disgusted. It's so sad. It's like I don't deserve this. I'm a really good person, I have a lot of empathy, and even like if he was to just tell me like he did that and like explain it or try and talk to me, or even say sorry. He's not even doing that. It's just like I just don't want it to like really mentally mess with me, because I've already been through stuff. It's like I'm gonna give up hope on.
Yeah, I would just like be really hyper aware of not freaking out or
I'm
stuff in front of
definitely
him.
not gonna sleep with him again.
No, 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 of course not. But I'm saying
Yeah.
freaking out in front of him, because if he's looking for you to do that, he might be looking to push your buttons to make you do that.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
he honestly likes it, because I think that he feels special when I cry and do all that stuff. Like it makes him feel good. And
Right.
so I'm like trying to not do that. But it's hard. Like I'm getting better at it, now. Like it's been like a month, but I just found out about the whole STD thing like last week. So,
Okay, well, I know that's really scary and it's a lot of anxiety. I had a friend who has 4 little girls, a registered nurse, and I've said this story before. Her husband was, this executive, and she found out, you couldn't even believe what he was doing when she was at,
ugh,
just hooking up with people from Craigslist.
yeah,
Just, I can't even tell you how many partners, and she went and got herself tested, and she's okay.
thank
I believe I
God.
haven't heard. Yeah, she. So and she moved on with her life. She moved out of where they were. She moved to another state, and she's moved on with her life with her daughters. So, you know, don't get too caught up on this, because like don't just get wrapped up. You got your testing. You'll deal with it.
Yeah,
Just pray
yeah,
everything turns out all right. But just because that doesn't mean that you definitely have something, is what I'm saying.
right, right.
Um,
Thank you. I just really needed to hear like somebody give me some, good advice, because I'm just totally freaked out. But I think you're right. Like, I think that it'll be okay and stuff.
so
It's so
don't.
shocking, and
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot of anxiety,
gosh.
sure, especially if he's looking up something like that. But really, you did your testing, so there's nothing more you
Yeah,
can do there. You have to wait for the results, and
yeah,
so the next thing you need to figure out is what you're going to do.
yeah.
You know,
Because I'm gonna need to get more of a full-time job. I'm working for like my best friend and my god kids right now, and that's super hard because I don't want to lose that. But like it's not full time, but she'll understand if I find something that is, but I'm not finding anything, which it's so frustrating. Like the amount of jobs that I try to get and everything. And it's just like, oh my gosh, no one's calling me back. And I'm like,
did you
why?
try any of the? If you look at my work from home, there is a company called Ape and Butler Hill, and they're always looking for people, and they really do pay, and it's anywhere. It can be close to $14 an hour from your house, and they pay. You
What
know,
was it called?
Ape and Butler Hill, APPEN Butler Hill.
Hold on, I'm gonna write that down because even Butler here. How do you spell
I
that?
can send you a link. I think I have a link
Oh, that
for
would
it.
be
Yeah,
so
but I
great
know
if
that
you
because
would.
I've had a lot of people that have gotten, I've given that to, and they've started working there, and that's something in the meantime, you know, it could help you out, because you can work part time with them. It's just, and it's like you could work like up to 4 hours a day, and
That would be great.
it's something, and
Just
it's
some
on the
extra
computer, so
income,
you
because I
just.
don't work full time, but I do work enough, but not enough to, pay all the bills. And I just need like a little extra income, and
Okay, I will send you the link for that, and then,
thank you, because I have the anxiety too, and it's like I would love to work at home because like I
Yeah.
don't think I can even stomach. I mean, like, ugh, it's so hard.
Right, and then, she said they have separate bank accounts, Sharon. He's not on her bank account.
Yeah, thank God.
So,
But I mean, not thank God, because he has his savings, and then he's trying to like bully out, like not pay the rent this month, and I'm like, why am I getting tortured here?
well, if he's not
Like, I
gonna,
don't have the money to pay the rent this month, like, and he's trying to do this to me. And I've already, I pay the utilities and all of that, but like all the utilities, all of that, it all bombards me at the first of the month, and I'm like, I'm so screwed. But I feel like he should probably find it, figure it out, because it's in his name too. And I wouldn't think that he would want to ruin his credit, but he doesn't care about me, like overdrafting or anything. But yet he has a savings. It's just like selfish, selfish, selfish. And then especially when he said the other day, I'm not, so he was saying that he was going to leave, and then he goes, I'm not going anywhere. We're just going to be together forever. And he was like giggling. It's like nothing is even going on. Like he thinks that if he doesn't admit it, that I'm just going to get over it. And I'm like, this is nothing that I will ever get over, ever. Like, you're never going to touch me again. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. And I was really hoping that he would leave, and then I could leave, and we would just leave. But I think I'm gonna have to be the one to leave, especially since this rent it's too much for me, and I can afford like a room. But the problem is I have my 2 cats, and it's so hard. And then Macy, she's the Maine Coon. She's huge. She needs like a lot of running around, and I mean it's gonna be hard. Like I don't want to leave my door open all the. I mean I don't even know. Like there's nothing. Like I looked up and there's like nothing that like allows cats, which I'm like, wow.
yeah.
I don't know.
And there's no way you can stay with your mom even.
I mean,
Just until, I mean, if worse came to worse, until you find something.
I mean, I guess there's a possibility, but like, I mean, she has her own animals too, and I stayed there once before, and like, my little kitty Scorpio, he's the old little man, and he just peed and growled the whole time because there's a dog there, so he like really freaked out. So he peed on all my stuff, and he was really upset. I mean, like I could, if I need to, like really, really need to, like if push comes to shove, I guess.
Okay, and what about did you say your grandmother?
No.
Oh, I thought you said for Christmas your mother was saying.
Oh, my mother was saying that she wanted me to bring Eden after I found out that he got the hookers, because my grandma loves Eden.
Right.
Because she's old and she doesn't know.
Where's your grandmother?
She's in Marina, which is close to me.
Does she have a house or?
She does. But she doesn't. She's like, you can't bring those cats. I'm like, they're my babies. Like, that's not gonna work. And I know, like, people are like so quick to be like, screw the cats, just get out. But I'm like, they're like, I'm not gonna be okay if I don't have my babies. It's just not gonna happen.
Right.
He does work, like Eden works 2 jobs, and like he's not here very often. He's been like on the couch, so it's been okay for the time being. But like, obviously, something's gonna change, because I don't want this, life. it's just so unhealthy and so bad for my anxiety and stuff. But I did start taking um, another, antidepressant, anti-anxiety thing, and I think it's starting to work. I think I told you before, I was trying to do something for my ADD,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then I don't know, it didn't really help. Um, so I stopped taking that, but I did like this. It's weird. It's like a test that, not DNA or something like that, where they see like what medication helps you and what doesn't. And like I'm on some Volta, and they said like it doesn't really work with my chemistry. So I just slowly started weaning off of that and taking another one that she suggested. And so I've been like, okay. And she also said that it can help with ADD. So I'm feeling better about that. I just want to like feel okay and then like do the changes. I just need to be okay.
Is there any friends or anything you could leave the cats with and go to your grandmother's?
No.
And your grandmother won't let you? I mean, does she have like a garage or anywhere she'll let you keep the cats?
I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean, I mean, your grandmother's not a narcissist.
Well, I mean,
Not
that's
as
my
bad as your
mom's.
mother.
Yeah, she is kind of like, I mean, she puts me down a lot every time I see her. She's
Okay.
not good for me. Like when I went to the holidays
Mm-hmm.
this year, like she gave me a hug and she's like, "Oh, I feel a roll on your back. You're starting to get some weight." And every time I see her, she's like, "I hate your hair. Why don't you go back to that?" Like she's very,
Right.
she's
Right.
not I mean,
No, I
ugh,
mean it wouldn't be a permanent thing, but I mean just for your safety and stuff.
yeah,
Who's better, your grandmother or your mother?
possibly my mom, just because
Okay,
I
so
don't
can
know.
you go with your mom for a little while, and will she let you take the cats and keep them somewhere?
Yeah, she'll let me keep the cats there. It's just they get really scared of a dog and stuff and they
Well, it's
act out, but
temporary,
maybe I can get them anxiety stuff or
yeah,
something.
it's temporary, not permanent, and
It
you
just
know,
sucks. Like it sucks so bad. It's like, why does my life have to be?
yeah, I know, but usually, there's something better. It's nothing, feels good when it's happening, but there's something better down the road. It will get better.
I know, and I feel like me staying here is like he's starting to think that like I'm just gonna get over it.
Hmm.
And he was saying that he was gonna leave, and I was like, I'll just get extra, work or whatever
What
and
about
make
moving
this
somewhere
work.
with a roommate?
Well, I did that before and
Hmm.
it was pretty great, but then I had, a 2 bedroom and then I couldn't find another roommate. So I ended up like not being able to afford it. So it ended up being really bad. But that's kind of like the goal. Like I would really like to do that.
So maybe you move with your mother and you look for some place with a roommate.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I would really like to get one that's mine and then rent my room or something like that. So that way, like, they don't trip off my cats or whatever.
Right. Um, yeah, I would do that. Listen, maybe, do you have a lot of stuff to move out of your house?
No, not at all. I mean, I could, but I don't, I don't feel like taking everything.
Well, I mean, you should take stuff you'll need to set up a new place.
That's true because it is expensive to get new stuff.
Yeah. And you've been married for
Yeah,
7 years?
yeah.
Right. So, I mean,
Well, together for 7, but 4.
Married for 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I would start making plans. And do you have any stuff coming directly out of your account for the house?
Yes, everything comes out of my account directly.
Not
So
his?
now that, no.
So go in there and take it all off tomorrow or tonight. Go in there and take it all off. Do you,
Maybe I
yeah,
should do that and be like, just take it out of his.
take it
Because
out.
this is,
Do you have his information and put his in instead?
I mean, he would have to agree to it. And I don't think he will.
We'll just take yours off.
Yeah, but then if it doesn't get paid, I don't want to ruin my credit.
But it would be his also, right?
Yeah. He would have to agree to do that though. And
Or close your bank account, withdraw everything, and just start a new account.
yeah, I just don't want my credit getting ruined if
But
he
then
doesn't.
she also has to, if it's linked to a debit card, that's why you should take it off.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not fair that I have to come up with it and then he gives me the money.
Right,
Like,
but go
I don't.
see an attorney. Get a
Yeah.
consultation from an attorney. They'll give you
Oh, I could?
yeah, a lot of ones will give you a free consultation.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I'm just so devastated. It's just so hard too. It's like, I just can't believe all this is happening. It's so
Yeah.
hard to even like get out of bed. Like, I'm so.
See, if you get a restraining order, he would have to leave the house.
That's what I was thinking.
But are you going to be able to afford,
Yeah.
then you,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
And I mean, can you get a roommate in that place?
Well, it's only a 1 bedroom, and then my bathroom is in my master bedroom, so
Okay.
no.
Not really, no.
But I wonder, I mean, maybe my mom might help if I beg her. Like, I don't know. Just for the time being, and then just.
Are you an only child?
Yeah, but she's such a. Like, she doesn't like to give me any money or anything. She doesn't help a lot either, but she has helped out in the past.
Yeah, well, I think you should go see her. And do you have a car?
Yeah.
Okay. And get at least a consultation with a lawyer tomorrow.
My car's been having some issues with starting up and stuff, so I'm supposed to bring it to the shop on
They rent.
Saturday.
They don't own it, Leah. So, when is your rent due? When are they going to take the rent out?
First.
The 1st? Okay, well then,
Yeah.
hurry up and figure, go see the lawyer.
Yeah.
And see what he advises you tomorrow.
Because he's like, Aiden's like, oh, well, I had that 2.5 week vacation that they gave me and it really messed me up. And I'm like, well, you have a savings though. Like, go in your savings. Like, I don't have that much. I'm like, well, I don't have a savings anymore. I'm like, so you need to figure this out. Like, this isn't okay. Like, this is ridiculous what you just put me through. Like, if I was you and you're trying to say that you want to stay, like, I would be throwing money at me. Like, do the right thing in some way. Like, what are you doing?
When is your lease up?
It's month to month right now, which is great.
Okay.
Oh, thank God for that. And then, like, I saw, like, my lady who, I get my anxiety stuff from and everything. And it just sucks because she's like, I feel like all men are like that. And then my mom said that too. And I'm like, am I just like supposed to be okay with this? Like, I don't even know. Like, are there better men out there? I
Sure,
don't even know.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I would think so. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm a loving person. I know that I have a lot of empathy, and I don't see him being a person with a lot of empathy. In fact, like, I kind of think now he's like a sociopath. Like, he just doesn't care.
Right, I'm trying to get you the link for,
No, thank you. Thank you so much for just letting me vent. I'm just like so, like, I just don't even know. And then, like, the people that I did, even my friends, you know, they were just like, well, men are pigs. I'm like, what? Like, what? Oh, this is ridiculous. If they're all pigs, then I don't ever want one. But I don't honestly think that they're all
no,
pigs.
they're not.
Like,
They're not. They're not.
yeah, I'm like, am I supposed to be okay with like an open relationship?
No, no, not if you're not okay with it. I mean, if someone's
Yeah,
okay
like
with it.
I'm not a fan. I don't want to be with anybody else. And like, I feel so bad when girls do that, you know, because like they feel like they have to or whatever. And it's like, that's just not me. I don't want an open relationship. I think it's gross. And obviously, STDs are a main factor why you wouldn't want
Right.
one too. And that's like kind of the, like, I'm done. Like, that's disgusting. My
Absolutely.
life is worth more than that.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, no one deserves that.
No.
I'm just so shocked. Thank you for sending me a link because I'm like, I just don't even know where to begin. You know, when things are like so crazy and you're just like, I don't even know what to do.
Right.
You know, and it sucks because like when him and I first met, like he knew what I went through with my ex-husband, and you know, my ex-husband had a drug problem and whatnot, and you know, that's the only person that I've ever been with that got hookers. You know, he was on drugs and whatnot, and it's like it's almost like post-traumatic, you know, like or not, like you know, like it's extra touchy for me. Like
Right.
I've
Yeah,
already
and you
been
have
through
anxiety, so you
this.
probably have a lot of anxiety about it. But like I said,
Yeah.
just
Like when I saw that he got a hooker on his phone, I like screamed and I started bawling and I was like, please get me my Xanax. Like I can't breathe, you know, like I was hyperventilating. He like got it and I'm just like, this man knows, you know, my issues, like, and I can't expect him to care about me, like, if he doesn't even care about himself, and I know that it's not me, like, I know I didn't do anything wrong, like, it's his own issues, and, like, I get it, it's just so sad, though, like, I really thought that I was with someone that was faithful, you know, and, like, you know, when you get, like, I don't know if you know, but, like, I get my birth control, and then, like, when I you know, they'll be like, they won't even give you a pap smear when you're like, you know, how long have you been with your husband? And you guys are obviously monogamous. And,
yeah, but if you
and then they won't even think to do it because.
But if you tell them, they'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,